All right, let's kick off another deep dive. And today, we are shifting gears into the world of electric vehicles,
Okay.
specifically to check out the MG4 Electric.
Sounds good.
Now, this compact EV is making some serious waves, especially over in Europe. And we've got a fantastic Italian overview that really breaks down, all the features, the design, the reactions it's getting.
Cool.
So let's dive in and see what makes this MG4 Electric tick and why it might just be the EV, everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the MG4 is like shaking things up in terms of what people think an EV should look like.
Right.
It's not going for that like super futuristic spaceship vibe that we see so often.
Yeah, totally. It's got that kind of boxy modern look, that
Yeah.
really makes it stand out. But one of the things that I noticed in the overview was that the MG4 has a surprisingly long wheelbase.
Right.
So for those of you who aren't, car experts, can you break down like why that's such a big deal?
Yeah, for sure. So the wheelbase is essentially the distance between the front and rear axles.
Oh.
And generally speaking, a longer wheelbase means you've got more space inside the cabin.
Ah, I see.
Particularly in the back seat, so you get that extra legroom, headroom, which, makes for a much more comfortable ride, especially if you're, carrying passengers on a regular basis.
That makes a lot of sense. And it seems like MG's having some fun with the color options, too.
Yeah.
You've got 6 in total,
Yeah.
including this new volcano orange.
Oh, wow.
Is that like a trendy color in the EV market right now?
It's definitely an attention grabber. I think we are seeing a lot more vibrant colors, popping up in the EV world these days.
Yeah.
It's like car makers are trying to give their electric models like a distinct personality,
Right.
moving away from those traditional like silver, white, black options.
Yeah.
It reflects the idea that EVs aren't just about practicality. They can be stylish and fun too.
For sure. And speaking of fun, the MG4 Electric can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 8.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Which is pretty zippy for a compact EV.
Yeah.
How does that stack up against its rivals performance-wise?
I mean, it's definitely competitive in its class. You're not going to get like supercar acceleration or anything.
Yeah.
But it's more than enough for like, everyday driving, merging onto highways, and even, having a little bit of fun when the road opens up.
Okay, and range is always a big concern for EV buyers, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So the MG4 Electric comes with 2 battery options, a 51 kilowatt-hour battery and then a 64 kilowatt-hour battery that gives you a range of up to 435 kilometers.
Right.
That's a pretty solid number.
Yeah.
For someone who's new to EVs, can you put that range into context? Like, what does that actually mean for real-world driving?
Well, that 435 kilometer range, it's enough to cover the average daily commute for most people without having to recharge.
Okay.
And even for longer trips, the MG4's fast charging capabilities make it a really practical option. It can charge from 10% to 80% in just 35 minutes using a DC fast charger.
Wow, that's impressive. I remember when fast charging used to take like hours.
Oh, yeah.
So you can basically stop for lunch and add a significant amount of range in that time.
Exactly. It's a game changer for people who might be hesitant about EVs because of range anxiety.
Right.
It means you don't have to plan your entire life around charging stops.
Totally. And on the tech side, the MG4 Electric has a 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. Pretty standard these days,
Yeah.
but still a welcome feature.
Definitely.
And the Italian overview mentions a 360-degree camera and navigation in the Trophy Long Range version.
Oh, nice.
What do you think about those?
Those are definitely some nice additions, especially that 360-degree camera.
Yep.
It can be a lifesaver, in tight parking spaces and helps you avoid those little fender benders that can be so frustrating.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And of course, no modern car would be complete without a suite of advanced driver assistance systems.
Right.
So the MG4 Electric has this MG Pilot system.
Okay.
What exactly does that entail?
So the MG Pilot system is basically a package of safety and convenience features that are designed to make driving easier and safer. It includes things like adaptive cruise control, which automatically adjusts your speed to maintain a safe distance from the car in front of you lane, a keep assist, which helps prevent you from drifting out of your lane, and autonomous emergency braking, which can automatically apply the brakes if it detects an imminent collision.
Wow, so it sounds like MG is really prioritizing safety with this car.
Absolutely. These advanced features are becoming more and more common.
Yeah,
But it's great to see them included as standard in a car that's also, very competitively priced.
totally. And what about comfort features? Are there any standouts there?
Well, in the trophy version, you get heated seats and a heated steering wheel,
Nice.
which are always nice to have during the colder months.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of practicality, How does the MG4 Electric stack up in terms of cargo space?
It offers 363 liters of cargo space with the rear seats up,
Okay.
which is pretty generous for a compact hatchback. And if you fold the rear seats down, you get a whopping 1,177 liters,
Oh.
which is enough to handle most hauling needs.
So you're not sacrificing practicality for style or performance with this car.
Not at all. It's a really well-rounded package.
Okay, let's talk numbers. What kind of price tag are we looking at for the MG4 Electric?
All right, so one of the most appealing aspects of the MG4 Electric is its affordability. The SE standard range starts at 26,995 years, which is about 31,500 years.
Okay.
And if you want the longer range and additional features of the Trophy Long Range, that starts at 30,495 euros, or roughly 35,700 euros.
So it seems like MG is really aiming to make EVs accessible to a wider audience.
Absolutely. That pricing puts it in a very competitive spot,
Yeah.
especially considering the range technology and features you're getting.
And the Italian overview mentions 3 trim levels: SE standard range,
Yeah.
SE long range, and Trophy long range.
Right.
What are the key differences between these trims?
Well, the main difference, as my guess, is the battery size and range.
Right.
The SE standard range comes with the 51 kilowatt-hour battery,
Okay.
while the SE long range and Trophy long range both have the 64 kilowatt-hour battery. The Trophy long range also gets you those extra features we talked about, like the 360-degree camera navigation, heated seats, and a heated steering wheel.
Okay, so there's a configuration to suit different needs and budgets. Now, let's shift gears to safety. The MG4 Electric comes standard with all the usual safety features:
Right.
multiple airbags, stability control, tire pressure monitoring, and hill start assist.
Uh-huh.
But what else stands out to you about its safety features?
Well, the fact that the MG Pilot system, with all those advanced driver assistance features,
Right.
is standard across all trim levels
Got it.
is a big deal. It shows that MG is committed to making these important safety technologies accessible to everyone, not just those who opt for the top-of-the-line trim.
It seems like they're really going above and beyond the basic safety requirements.
Exactly. It's a proactive approach to safety focused on preventing accidents in the first place, rather than just mitigating the damage after they occur.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
What's the overall verdict on the MG4 Electric from the experts and the public?
Well, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. Reviewers have praised its value for money, its fun-to-drive nature, and its impressive range and technology. It's been recognized with several awards, too,
Wow.
including Best EV Under 40,000 Pounds at the Scottish Car of the Year Awards and Best Small Family Car on electrifying.com.
Those are some pretty impressive accolades. It sounds like the MG4 Electric is really hitting the sweet spot for a lot of people.
It is. It's a well-rounded car that addresses many of the concerns people have about EVs, like range anxiety and price. And those awards definitely add to its credibility and appeal.
No car is perfect.
Right.
The Italian overview mentions some reports of minor software glitches.
Yeah.
Are these common with new EVs, and should they be a major concern for potential buyers?
Well, it's true that software issues aren't uncommon in new cars,
Yeah.
especially EVs, which are heavily reliant on complex software systems.
Right.
But these glitches with the MG4 Electric seem to be relatively minor and infrequent.
So more like teething problems than anything serious.
Exactly. MG has been responsive to customer feedback
Okay.
and is likely to address any issues through software updates. It's always a good idea to check for any available updates before purchasing a new car, especially an EV.
That's good advice. All right. We've explored the design, performance, technology, safety, and even the price of the MG4 Electric.
Yeah.
What's your final takeaway for our listeners who might be considering this EV? What's the one thing you want them to remember?
Well, I think the MG4 Electric is a real game changer in the EV market. It offers a compelling combination of style, practicality, technology, and affordability. It challenges the idea that going electric means compromising on features or breaking the bank.
It's almost like they've cracked the code for creating an EV that appeals to a much broader audience.
Exactly. And I think its success could have a ripple effect on the entire EV market,
Yeah.
encouraging other car makers to step up their game and offer even more competitive and affordable electric options.
That's a win for consumers and for the planet. Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of the MG4 Electric. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise and insights with us.
It's been my pleasure. I always enjoy talking about the exciting developments in the EV space.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this electrifying journey. We hope you learned something new and are maybe even a little bit excited about the future of electric driving. If you want to delve deeper into the MG4 Electric, we've included a link to that Italian overview in the show notes.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
What features of the MG4 Electric stand out to you? What other EVs are you curious about? Let us know in the comments.
And if you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful explorations into the world of knowledge. Until next time, keep those minds curious and keep exploring.
Yeah, so one of the most appealing things about the MG4 Electric is its affordability.
Right.
The SE standard range starts at €26,995, which is about 31,500. And if you go for the longer range and all the extra features on the Trophy Long Range, that'll set you back around 30,495, or roughly €35,700.
So it really seems like MG is trying to, bring EVs to like a wider market.
Oh, absolutely. That price point makes it super competitive,
Yeah.
especially when you consider the range, all the features you get.
And the Italian overview mentions 3 different trim levels. SE standard range,
Yeah.
SE long range, and Trophy long range.
Yeah.
What are the main differences between those?
Well, as you can probably guess, the biggest difference is the battery size and range.
Right.
The SE standard range comes with the 51 kilowatt-hour battery.
Okay.
And the SE long range and the Trophy long range both have the 64 kilowatt-hour battery.
Gotcha.
Oh, and the Trophy long range also gives you all those extra features we talked about, like the 360-degree camera, the navigations, the heated seats, and the heated steering wheel.
Okay, cool. So, there's something there for everybody's needs and budget. Now let's switch gears a little bit and talk about safety. The MG4 Electric comes standard with all the usual safety features you'd expect, like multiple airbags, stability control, tire pressure monitoring, hill start assist.
Uh-huh.
But what else jumps out at you about the safety features?
Well, the fact that MG Pilot System, with all those advanced driver assistance features,
Yeah.
comes standard on every trim level. I
Right.
think that's huge. It really shows MG's commitment to making those important safety technologies available to everyone, not just those who can afford the top-of-the-line trim.
It really seems like they're going the extra mile when it comes to safety.
Absolutely. It's a proactive approach, focused on preventing accidents before they happen, rather than just, trying to minimize the damage after the fact.
Okay, so we've covered a lot here. What's the overall verdict on the MG4 Electric from the experts and just like the general public?
Well, the response has been overwhelmingly positive. Reviewers have really praised its value for money, how fun it is to drive that impressive range, and all the tech. It's even won a few awards.
Wow.
Yeah, it took home Best EV under 40,000 pounds at the Scottish Car of the Year Awards and Best Small Family Car on electrifying.com.
Those are some pretty impressive accolades. It sounds like the MG4 Electric is ticking all the right boxes for a lot of people.
Definitely. I think it's just a well-rounded car that addresses a lot of the concerns people have about EVs, like range anxiety and price. And yeah, those awards definitely give it some credibility and appeal.
Now, no car is perfect.
True.
The Italian overview did mention some reports of minor software glitches.
Yeah.
Are those common with new EVs, and should potential buyers be worried?
Honestly, it's not uncommon to see software issues in new cars these days.
Right.
Especially EVs, they rely so heavily on those complex software systems.
Right.
But the glitches they're reporting with the MG4 Electric, they seem to be pretty minor and not that frequent.
So more like growing pains than anything serious.
Exactly. And MG has been pretty good about responding to customer feedback.
Okay.
And it's likely they'll fix any issues with software updates. It's always smart to check for updates before you buy a new car, especially an EV.
That's a good tip.
Right.
So we've looked at the design, the performance, the tech safety, and even the price of the MG4 Electric.
Mm-hmm.
What's your big takeaway for our listeners who might be thinking about getting this EV? What's the one thing you want them to remember?
I think it's safe to say that the MG4 Electric is really shaking things up in the EV market.
Yeah.
It offers this really great balance of style, practicality, tech, and affordability,
Yeah.
It really challenges that whole idea that going electric means sacrificing features or spending a fortune.
It's like they found the secret sauce to making an EV that appeals to like a much wider range of people.
Exactly. And I think its success could actually have a ripple effect throughout the entire EV market,
Yeah.
Encouraging other car makers to step up their game and offer more competitive and affordable electric cars.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's a win-win for everybody, for consumers and for the planet.
For sure.
Well, this has been a really fascinating deep dive into the world of the MG4 Electric. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise with us.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. I always enjoy talking about these exciting new developments in the EV world.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on this electrifying journey. We hope you learned something new, and maybe you're even a little bit more excited about the future of electric driving. If you want to learn more about the MG4 Electric, you can find a link to that Italian overview in the show notes.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear what you think.
Yes.
What features of the MG4 Electric stand out to you? What other EVs are you curious about? Let us know in the comments.
And if you enjoy this deep dive, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into all sorts of interesting topics. Until next time, keep those minds curious and keep exploring.